Okay, this movie is for my friend Carol. Sometimes I forget that these computers are pretty new, and I didn't have my own computer until 1996. And for people who have been out in the workforce for a while, they are very new and very foreign. And I saw her desktop, and it looked something like this, only it was totally filled, and there were a couple documents over on the right side that she used, and I did a few things to clean it up, and I told her I'd make a movie. So this is for Carol, and I just want to go over a couple things about the desktop and about cleaning it up. And this is Windows Vista, but it's substantially similar on XP. Now, the first thing I did was I noticed when you pull something out of the stack and then let it go, it goes back into a grid. Now that's called auto arrange, and I don't really like that. Now, the way to get rid of that is to right click on the desktop to bring up the contextual menu, and then go to view, and then go to auto arrange and unclick it. So that way you can move something and it stays put. That was the first thing I did for her, so she can group things and make sense to her that way. And the next thing I did was I made a folder and put all the things that were on her desktop on the folder. Now to do that, you right click and go to New Folder. The new folder comes up, and then you can see that it wants you to type something. So you put desktop stuff, and now we have a new folder on the desktop that we're going to move some stuff into. Now the way to select items, multiple items, we could go one at a time like this and just drop it in there. Yes. And I suppose it's going to keep asking if I want to move stuff. Now another way to do it is called the marquee select, and this is the marquee. And whatever you drag, if you click anywhere on the desktop or anywhere that's not any space that's not filled, and hold down the mouse and then drag the mouse, you will create a marquee, and it will select everything in that marquee. So now I have all those things selected. So to clean up this desktop right away, marquee select everything, and then drag everything. Click and hold, and then drag, and then let go. And yes, we want to do it. And it's moving all the stuff into that folder. So that's what I did for her, and then she was left with a folder called desktop stuff, and a couple of files that she used most often, still on the screen, on the desktop, much easier to get to. Now, she also was concerned about where to put these things. Now, this is the best place to do that is by using it's an application, it's a program, it's called Windows Explorer, and it's what we look at every time when we use the machine. But to get to it in XP, just click on the Start button, and then go to Documents, and that's the best way to pull it up. And this is called Windows Explorer. Now, if she wanted to take the desktop stuff and move it in the Documents folder, yes, then that would be it. It's just a lot of clicking and dragging around, and on XP it's a little hard. It's a little more difficult to keep track of things because there's no indexed search. But I recommend using the Documents folder on XP to keep everything organized, and that's a couple of things that you can do to keep things more organized on the desktop. Sort of the basics of the machine. A couple other things. If you right click, there are other options here. You can change icon size. You can align to grid or not. Show desktop icons. That's another thing. If you want to keep things uncluttered, you can simply uncheck that and they'll go away. And what I have here on the taskbar is one of the quick menus here, which is the desktop. That is, it shows everything on my desktop. I've set this up for a couple people and they like it. To get that turned on, just right click on the taskbar, go to toolbars, and then just make sure the desktop one is clicked. I'll unclick it, see it goes away. I want it back. I right click on the taskbar, go to desktop, and then it comes back. So that's a nice way to keep your desktop clean if maybe you have some nice photographs that you want to keep on there, and still have access to everything on your desktop right from here. It's also nice when you're working in a window to have that menu available, so you don't have to switch back and forth. So I hope that helps, Carol. And of course, if you have any other questions, you can certainly ask me anytime.